Okay, everybody, welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. It's your boy Sam.
It's your boy Jovi.
Yeah. Well, Jovi. Before we got on this, we were just talking about lighting. Jovi's is a little bright. Mine is definitely way too dark. I gotta fix something in here, but
Yeah,
we're gonna
it's
lighting is
I'm getting
hard.
I'm getting new lights installed above me, so that should help. And then the ring light that's on the camera is you adjust it, and then I become this entire shiny blur.
Yeah,
So we're just going to keep it the way it is.
yeah. My ring. I'm missing one of my lights, and it's not bad. But I'm about to get a whole little set up in here. It's gonna be dope. Anyway, it's not what we're not here to talk about lights. We're here to talk about a movie. There is the movie Old Boy, a Korean film,
Yes.
Korean language film with English subtitles. It is now back in theaters for a 20-year anniversary. It came out in 2003. Apparently it was a hit then, and I
Yes.
can see what other properties have borrowed from it. And I'm actually very glad I watched it today because I don't think I would have appreciated it as much back in 2003. But
Right.
yeah, we're
Right.
gonna talk about it. Jovi and I both saw it. He probably had a better experience. I went with someone who sucked, but story for another day. Jovi, you said you knew exactly what you have to say about it, so I'm gonna let you go first, bro.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like
Oh
I
wait,
got a
I'm so
phone.
sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me tell them the story real quick.
Oh yeah,
All right,
please,
the
because
plot synopsis of what's going on here, and then I mean, so let's not spoil it too much. If you want to talk about specific scenes, as long as we don't give away like the big twist, I think we're good.
no,
Yeah.
no, no,
All right, but
no, no,
anyway,
yeah,
so it's about this character. His name is Dae or Dae
yeah,
Yoon.
they,
I,
they, they, yeah,
I think that's it. But anyway, we meet him in the early. It has to be the 80s, and he's
yes,
around.
like 88 or something like
Yeah,
that.
he's around 25 years old at that point. And he's basically, I mean, he's a reckless little 25-year-old. We meet him, he's drunk, he's getting taken in by the police or whatever, and his friend comes and bails him out. And as soon
Hmm.
as he gets bailed out by his friend, he's kidnapped. He is kidnapped and he is thrown in a room with a TV. I think there's a shower. No, there's not a shower.
Yeah,
There's a TV.
yeah. There is a shower.
So
Yeah,
there is. All right. He has a TV,
yeah,
a shower, and a bed. It's like a door, like
and a
a
bed.
yeah, in a bed.
That's
That's
it.
it. All in there. And he's just left there. He is left there, and he gets 3 meals a day. He has no idea why he's there. He has no idea why he was taken, and he is there for 15 years. In that 15 years, they gas him to knock him out to cut his hair. They again. I mean, again, he learns everything about the world watching TV.
Watching TV. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so I mean, it actually
he
affects the way.
sees the 15 years
Yeah,
on television.
yeah. All the education he has is from that, and it kind of affects the way he even talks in the movie because
Yeah.
like he talks like characters on TV. But anyway, so while he's there, he does train himself, I guess, by watching TV, and he becomes a very good martial artist. Because I mean, he has nothing else to do, so he trains himself, and then he also starts to plan his escape because he's tunneling for 15 years, kind of like Count of Monte Cristo. He tunnels and tunnels and tunnels until he's finally able to reach the outside, and he's like only a month away. I think after a month he'll be able to make his escape.
Yep.
But then all of a sudden, after those 15 years, they just let him go.
They let him go.
they just throw they,
They just
they
let him go.
they put him to sleep and they just let him go, and he's back in the world. And now, so the movie it's a mystery slash action because he has to figure out why he was there. He wants to figure out who put him there and why they put him there.
Hmm.
And the movie does a very clever thing because it also basically, I think it tells you sometime in the first close to second act, like they're like, well, something else you need to pay attention to is not only why was he put there, but why was he all of a sudden just let go? Like those
Right.
are those are the mysteries you want to solve.
Yeah.
Man.
That is literally within the film. Like ask yourself why were you let go?
Yeah, why were you let go? Like, so he's trying to solve this mystery. He teams up with a sushi chef that he recognized from TV because she was on like a cooking show or something. Yeah,
Hmm.
he teams up with her, and they go about solving this mystery. And yeah, that's the basic plot. Jovi, I'm gonna let you go talk to us, man.
Yeah. No. like I was saying, I literally was on a call right before this, and was asked like, how was it? Like, was it like you remembered what changed? And it was just it's remastered, so I'm not sure how long it's going to be in theaters. I thought it was only for this month, but I think it's doing well. Like, I've seen multiple people like go and see the film again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like the sound, everything that was great about it, they elevated for this time frame. Sound design, just the visuals. Like, there are some questionable things because of the time frame, but the visuals are pretty good for the time. Like,
Yeah.
this movie only cost a few $1 million. It was not an expensive movie at all.
I'm surprised it hit a million and it didn't look that expensive
Yeah,
at all.
right, right.
Okay.
It was not. It
Not to
wasn't.
say it was cheap, but yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, comparatively to, like, our big blockbusters
Hmm.
over here. I mean, he did. But my initial response was like, everybody that loves film or wants to make film needs to watch this.
I agree wholeheartedly. I
And
agree
it's
wholeheartedly.
just like, we talk about all of the greats. Like, literally, what did I text you say? Hey, they're throwing all of
Kubrick.
the Kubrick films back in theaters, and like, anybody you would ask as a filmmaker or loves films, like, you need to watch those. Those are movies. Yeah, but there are so many other directors that made some amazing films, and this is one of them, because it literally, I haven't said this in a long time because we haven't really seen a lot of movies. It hits every single thing that you will learn in a film one class, or in a film making, like, if you're getting your degree in film. Like, you can watch this and learn all the different shots. You can watch this and learn about storytelling. You can watch this and learn about pacing.
Yep.
It's and for it to be as long as it is, it's just like, I I was watching this movie again like I hadn't seen it back in. I didn't see it in '03. I saw it in maybe '08.
Mm,
Yeah. I saw it in college.
got you.
So, and then I got it on Blu-ray, put it somewhere when we moved, and have not, like, they re-released it on Blu-ray, and like right when COVID hit, actually. So, yeah,
I'll,
I'm
I'll be
upset
buying. I'll be
because if
buying.
they redid the film, now I want to have that. I want to have what I saw today on on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, you just said it. Plot, pacing, everything it did well. So I'm not gonna rehash that. This movie was almost perfect to me, and I can't
yeah.
like that. That's hard for me to say.
Right,
Um, it's really, really good. So I'm about to spend. Gonna try to keep it under like 6 minutes. I'm just gonna talk about everything I love in this movie.
right.
So,
Oh, and it's weird. Sorry, I
oh yeah,
was
yeah,
going to
yeah.
add that. It's weird.
Yeah, no,
Like,
exactly. It's very different. It's a
it,
very different kind of movie, right? Like, so first off, yeah, it doesn't go the way you expect you expect movies to go.
mhm,
So our main character, like I said, he's trying to solve this mystery of who did this to him and why. You find out the who actually very early, which I was not expecting. Because at first he's
mhm.
just a voice on a phone, and you're like, oh, okay, well, eventually, at the climax of the film, he's gonna figure out it was his brother or something like that, right?
He's going to turn around in the chair.
Yeah, no, but the dude literally just walks up to him and was like, "Oh yeah, it was me," and he tells him what he did it, and he says you have 5 days to figure out why I did this to you, and then
Mhm.
for those 5 days is when you get like the action when he goes and like tries to interrogate people and all that stuff. And so I appreciate that. And just real quick, speaking of I guess the quote unquote villain in this movie, his ultimate reason for doing what he did, I thought was dumb. Or I would say dumb. How do I say this? It's like it'd be like it'd be like blaming the flight attendant because like your plane was delayed. Like he blamed this
Yeah.
dude for
So
something that
he
he was kind of responsible for, but not
right,
really.
not really,
Yeah.
because in
So
reality
yeah,
they're responsible for it.
yeah. So right.
Um,
So
but so
go ahead.
I got to watch the interview. I watched the interview before the film and after the film
Hmm.
from the director, and he said he changed the manga. So he kind of like made change the motivation.
I see. Okay. Okay.
So
So.
I'm sure the manga made a little more sense,
Mhm.
but he felt that it didn't translate
To
well
film.
into film.
Yeah. I okay. See that makes
So
sense. But you see.
to give you credit, I completely agree with you,
Okay,
but
got you.
he did it for a reason.
Right. No, but even
Yeah.
still, what I wanted to say, even though his motivation, like you said, it didn't really make that much sense. The villain himself was more compelling than, and definitely more compelling than any villain I've seen in a superhero movie. Like
Oh
the
yeah.
dude, like he's not. So he has a reason. If even if I don't agree with it, he's not evil for no reason, and
Yeah.
he's not looking to just basically like kill this dude. He wants to get even and make the dude suffer. And
Oh, oh,
man,
oh, he
oh
does.
my gosh, does he? He's probably one of the best villains I've ever seen. And again, he's not even interested, I guess, in quote unquote winning, like traditional winning. Because I
Yeah.
mean, at the end of the movie, he's just like, all right, I got what I wanted, I'm done. Like he didn't really care
Hmm.
as he didn't relish in the moment once it was done. Similarly, the good guy, again, with this movie like being different, the way it ends is this movie is actually very sad. Like
Hmm.
it's sad for gosh, it's hard to do it without spoiling, which I'm not going to do. But like at the end, everyone is where you would expect everyone to be. The good guys are where the good guys are supposed to be, the bad guys where the bad guys are supposed to be. But even still, like you're like, yo, who actually won here? Because it's not like the movies we have today, that we normally see where we can just basically say, oh, he figured out the mystery. That means he got what he wanted and he won. It's like,
Right.
no, no, like even if you like the hope has been taken away from this man.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, straight up.
like
Like
he's damaged in a way that literally can't be fixed. Like you can like that's what makes it sad. And I
I
just I
I
really just
I
love how
agree.
compelling that was. So like
Yeah.
it's like you can't win no matter what. I mean, it's kind of for both of them, but even the main character. And I just
Nobody wins at the end of this
yeah,
film.
and I love that the movie did that. Because again, it didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. Where I thought, oh, he's just gonna figure it out and then kill you. Nah, that's not exactly how it goes.
Right.
Um, and then I would be remiss the action. Holy crap, bro! So the movie is very. How do I say this? It's not gory, but it's like it's still gruesome. Like there's
Yeah.
a scene where he's pulling someone's tooth out with a hammer, and you
Ah,
don't
yeah.
like in a Saw movie they would just show the blood and all the splatter or whatever. In this, he puts the hammer in the dude's mouth, and you see his mouth start to bleed. Then the camera switches to like behind the dude's head, and all you hear is the sound as he's wrenching it out, which I
That's what I
think is
said.
worse, bro. Like it's just your
Ooh.
imagination just goes there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy to see. Like,
Using sound
yeah,
to invoke that feeling
exactly.
that you would get of because you saw the action, right?
Hmm.
You saw the action start.
Right, exactly.
And that makes you like, I know what happens if you twist a tooth.
Right, exactly. I know exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
You don't have to show it to me,
yeah,
but hearing him scream and hearing wrenching, it was again, like you said, this was great. This would be a study in filmmaking.
right.
And then we got to talk about the hallway scene. I haven't looked it up, but I'm pretty sure the famous Daredevil hallway scene was
Oh
inspired by
yeah.
this movie. It had to
Oh
be.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, there's probably like, you talk about a study or a class. There probably could be a class of how many old boy hallway scenes were used after this. Like
yeah,
how many times has someone used that single camera side pan to
yeah,
create
one,
that scene?
one continuous shot too.
One
Like,
continuous shot.
it was incredible to watch.
Eh,
Even like, it's amazing to me. This movie's 20 years old, and it did an action scene better than movies today. Like, it was so
right.
good. It was
It's
so
so
good.
crazy because I was watching it again, watching it for the probably 18th, 20th time, just because I will continue. Like I always used to like look that scene up.
Mm,
And now that we know and we're like older and we're like how hard it is to do action
Yeah.
and like scenes, you can see how tired they are.
Yo,
Like
especially him. Yo, he was
it's a
breathing hard as
genuine.
crap, man.
And then again, watching that interview, he said, "Oh yeah, I changed it at the last moment. This is not what I drew up for that scene. I changed it because I wanted. He basically wanted to save money and time." And then he said everybody was too exhausted to do the scene multiple camera angles, so he just did one shot.
Oh wow. Okay, it worked. It worked.
It
It's
worked,
crazy.
yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
this was it was on the fly. That's how intuitive he is as a director.
How
Like
do you
he knew.
choreograph that in one? Oh, like
Bruh.
I
They
I
looked
can't
like
imagine.
they were really fighting.
Yeah, no, seriously, they did. He had his one hammer. When he got stabbed in the back at the one point,
His
I like
chin was just
swerved.
hanging out his back.
Yeah, he had the knife hanging out his back the whole time. Like that again. I feel like as someone who watches film as often as we do, I'm very upset that I did not realize that this scene existed. Because you're right. Now that I know, I'm like, yo, I'm probably gonna be looking up. I'm gonna be looking it up a lot. Like it was one of the best scenes. It was definitely one of the best scenes in the movie. It's one of the best scenes I've ever seen.
Right.
Um, and then I mean, so yeah. And then what else? So we got the characters are great. The story is great. The actual, I guess, the mystery. Yeah, when you
Mm.
find out again the motivation, like it's just again it's messed up. This movie just makes you feel, bro. Like you're like, dang, like it's messed up. And then when you find out why he was, the second mystery, why he was released, that one when it was revealed, Jovi, I promise you, I think I was in the theater with maybe like 6 other people.
Yeah.
All of us just moaned. We were like, no,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that joint
Yeah.
was
I
talk about a
was I
villainous
was
plot.
rewatching it for probably maybe the third, well, let's say the fourth time. And as soon as I see certain characters, I was just like, "Oh yeah!"
Hmm.
And but it still hit the same in that last scene with that box.
Yeah, with the yeah
Well, not last scene. Well, second to last,
yeah,
third to last scene.
I feel you. Yeah, and then
And I was
I
just
ran with the
like,
box.
yeah, the box.
And
That's
yeah,
all I'm gonna say, y'all. The
yeah,
box.
yeah, and the villain. Yeah, and I mean, again, like it was just it was so refreshing to see a film like this where someone wasn't just overtly evil. Like the
Right.
villain was like, okay, fine, and then whatever, and then what happened to him, and then our I guess our protagonist is like, yeah, man, you won, but you kind of didn't win, and yeah, like yeah, I all I can say is I think this movie was absolutely spectacular. Um, this is going to be a 5 for me. You notice how we didn't talk about anything that was bad. I could probably nitpick, like Jovi
Oh,
said, and go talk about how some of the flashback scenes didn't look like super polished or whatever. But I'm
yeah.
not going to do that. Like this movie
Some of the
is really good. Yeah.
hallucinations weren't so clean, and it's just like, but you also got to think about the times,
Hmm.
and then you got to think about how they fix certain things. Like, again, like watching it in a movie theater because we didn't get to experience that in '03, and a lot of people here didn't get to. What am I saying? This was a Korean film. Like, it wasn't people just watching this joint in the theaters.
Mm.
Like, um, it it just it's very reminiscent of, Aisha loves her K dramas, and I always like walk in and I'm like, yo, the production value on these shows are ridiculous.
Yeah, man. I'm watching a K drama right now called
So like,
Bloodhounds.
can you? Yeah, I'm watching that too.
Oh
That's
yeah,
crazy. Hey,
yeah,
I guess we're gonna do a review
yeah.
because we're both watching something and had no idea each other was
Right.
watching. But no, it's like, think about 20 years how this movie still stands
Hmm.
is a feat in its own. And again, it has to go down. This has to be on the list of movies that you need to watch in film one.
Yeah. Seriously.
Like, we had to watch Apocalypse Now in film one. Like, that's an amazing film. But if you like, I feel like it gets the Koreans are now getting there. It's like just everybody is recognizing them.
Yeah.
Even Disney Plus has K dramas on.
Oh, so yeah, I didn't even know all that. But yeah,
Yeah,
man, like
it's like so like now they're getting their recognition for how they're so ahead of us. There's no reason their shows look like movies, and
yeah.
our shows have not been that great lately.
No, I agree. Like, you're right. Like, what we're watching now, that giant is. Remember the first episode, the way it ended. Like, there's the fight scene that happened at the end of the
Yeah,
Bloodhounds. I was like,
right. It's
why
great.
does it look like this? I was like, how much did this cost? Yeah, but yeah, man.
The only bad thing about Korean shows is I have to you have to pay attention because you have to read.
Yeah,
So I
you can't
can't
take your
do
eyes off.
something and watch it at the same
Yeah.
time. I'm just like this, like a little kid. Like, but yeah, whatever. That goes off. That just gives. I'm giving this a 5-2. I'm just shouting out how impressive a 20-year-old film is.
That's the word, bro. Impressive.
Yeah,
It's just it's astonishing to me how much I loved this film.
yeah.
Um,
But like if you don't like weird, you don't like anime, you don't like manga, you may not like or understand this film.
yeah. So again, yeah. So I will say that this movie, again, like we said, it has some disturbing themes. And
Right.
then there's one scene I'm just gonna call it out. He eats like an octopus. That joint is gross. Like it's gross.
Well, yeah. So it's funny because in the beginning of the movie, he says, like the interview, he's like, "If you are a fan of octopus, you are not gonna like this
Yeah,
movie."
I
And
didn't catch that in my.
it has nudity in it. You're not watching this with your kids. Please
Yeah,
don't
that's
watch
true.
this
I
with
mean,
your kids.
it's not like grotesque nudity. I would
Yeah,
say.
it's not at all. But
I mean, it's like a flash, but like it's there. So yeah.
it's weird, and it's like again, like you said, themes. There are themes in this film that maybe a teenager can handle.
Mm, I think it's
I,
rated R for a reason. Maybe I think
yeah,
you got to be a little bit older to
to
watch
really, yeah,
it because yeah,
it's
and yeah, the themes that go on and the stuff
yeah,
that happens, it's like oh
yeah.
that's really messed up. But
But it's so crazy because it's nowhere near the polarizing stuff that you see nowadays.
I also agree. I can agree with that, man. But yeah, man. Hey, y'all. So, Old Boy, you heard it. We loved it. We spent all this time talking about it. It's a great movie. If it's in theaters now, if you have a chance, go see it. If not, buy it
Please,
on Blu-ray.
yeah,
It's definitely recommended. And yeah, Matt, thank you so much for watching. If you have seen it sometime in the last 20 years, let us know what you thought right down there in those
put that
comments,
in the
man. Yeah,
comments.
man, we really appreciate all you guys have been doing. And until next time, we out.
Deuces.